All right, let's talk about one of the biggest problems in AI right now. Why are so many AI agents, these incredibly brilliant pieces of tech, still stuck in the lab? Why are they too dangerous to use in the real world? Well, today we're going to look at a platform called SIDJUA, which is built to solve exactly that problem through something called governance. So what is SIDJUA? The simplest way to think about it is as the control layer, the manager, that sits between your AI agents and your actual business. Its job is to make sure these agents don't just do anything they want. No, it makes sure they do only what they're allowed to, stick to their budget, and crucially, leave a perfect paper trail for any regulators. It's the safety net you need before you can even think about using AI in production.
And why is that safety net so important? Well, it all comes down to this one kind of shocking number. According to McKinsey, a staggering 95% of all AI agent projects fail before they ever make it into production. They never leave the proof of concept stage.
And here's the kicker. It's not a technology problem. The AI is plenty smart. The failure is a control problem. It's a governance problem. You've got companies building these amazing tools, but they have no way to manage them, no way to audit them, and frankly, no way to trust them. That right there, that's the governance gap.
So let's really dig into this governance gap. Let's break down exactly why the AI agents we have today, for all their incredible power, just aren't built for serious business. Yet.
If you want a real-world example of this risk, look no further. This is wild. Security researchers recently found over 21,000 unprotected instances of a popular AI agent framework just exposed online. That's thousands of powerful AI agents, probably connected to real business systems, just sitting there wide open. This is literally what happens when there's no governance.
And that leads to some pretty predictable and really expensive disasters. We're talking about runaway agents just burning through thousands of dollars in API costs overnight. Or even worse, agents getting into sensitive customer data they have no business seeing. You get unapproved actions being taken with zero human oversight, and the real killer for any regulated company, absolutely no audit trail when the regulators show up asking questions.
This chart just lays out the disconnect perfectly. Right now, more than half of all the AI agent tools are built for developers. But look at the other side. Almost half the market, 48.6%, is in regulated industries. Healthcare, finance, legal. These are the people who need governance the most, and they are almost totally being ignored. And this whole governance gap thing, it's not just a technical problem anymore. It's not just a business risk. It is fast becoming a legal one. This is a problem that now has a very real and very expensive deadline. The regulatory clock is officially ticking. Just take a look at this timeline. Major AI regulations are coming, and they're coming fast. Early 2026, you've got South Korea and Vietnam rolling out new AI laws. But the big one, the one everyone's watching, is the EU AI Act. That comes into full force in August of 2026. And these aren't just suggestions. They are laws with teeth. So what kind of teeth are we talking about? Well, if you don't comply with the EU AI Act, the fines can go up to 35 million euros, or 7% of your company's global revenue, whichever is higher. All of a sudden, not having an audit trail isn't just a little mistake, it's a multi-million euro liability. So, the point here is crystal clear. If you're a company that has to answer to a regulator, just, crossing your fingers and hoping your AI behaves is not a strategy anymore. Waiting to solve governance is a gamble that most companies just can't afford to take. Okay, so that's the problem. It's huge, it's urgent, and it's potentially really expensive. So let's talk about the solution. Let's see how SIDJUA looks at this with a totally different philosophy, something they call governance by architecture. I absolutely love this analogy because it just cuts right to the heart of the issue. See, most platforms treat governance like an add-on, a feature you can bolt on later. SIDJUA's whole approach is that governance isn't a feature, it's the foundation. It's like building a car where the brakes are just part of the car, not an optional extra you pay for. So how does that philosophy actually work? Well, this is it. This is SIDJUA's 5-stage pre-action enforcement. Every single time an agent wants to do anything, and I mean anything, it has to pass all 5 of these checks before it can act. Is it forbidden? Nope. Does it need a human to say yes?
Is there enough money in the budget? Is it even allowed to see this type of data? And does it violate any other policies? Only if it gets 5 green lights does the action actually happen.
And this right here, this just hammers home the difference. The old way is reactive. You find out something went wrong after the damage is done. It's a bolt-on that, let's be honest, can probably be bypassed. Governance by architecture is proactive, it's built in, and this is the most important part, it is unavoidable. The agent doesn't have a choice. It has to follow the rules because the system itself is the rules.
And it doesn't stop there. This whole architecture is designed for real companies. You get hard budget limits that will stop an agent cold the second the money runs out. You can map your company's actual departments into what they call divisions, each with its own rules. The audit trail isn't optional, it's mandatory. And it's model agnostic, so you can bring whatever LLM you want. It can even run completely offline in an air-gapped environment for maximum security.
So when you build governance in from the ground up like this, you don't just get another tool. You get a completely different class of tool. The focus shifts away from just building agents to actually controlling them.
This table is perfect because it lays out the whole landscape. You've got amazing frameworks like Crew AI and AutoGen, and they are fantastic for prototyping and helping you build agents. But no budget controls, no compliance logs. Then you have powerful workflow tools like NN, which are great to connect apps, but none of these are designed to control agents in a way that a real business needs. That's the unique spot SIDJUA fits into.
So think about it this way. You're still going to use other tools to design and build your agents, of course. But the moment you're ready to deploy them safely, responsibly, in a real business with rules and budgets and auditors, that's when a governance platform comes in. The other tools give you the engine, SIDJUA gives you the steering wheel, the brakes, and the entire dashboard.
And all of this, it really leads to one big, final, and honestly, the most important question. The question of whether the AI tools you might be using right now are actually ready for production.
Before you let any AI agent touch your company's data or spend a dime of your company's money, you need to ask your team 3 very simple questions. 1. Who is in control of this agent? 2. Where is the unchangeable log of every single thing it does? And 3. What happens to the budget? How do you guarantee it won't just go wild?
And here's the bottom line. If your current tool, your current framework can't give you a clear, automatic, and absolute answer to those 3 questions, then what you have is a fantastic prototype tool, but it is not a production-ready system.
This shift from just building AI agents to actually controlling them, it's happening right now. It's being driven by real-world risk and real-world regulation. The question isn't if your company will need governance, it's really just a matter of how you're going to do it. If you want to learn more about the approach we talked about today, you can check them out at SIDJUA.com. Thanks for listening.